Assalamu alaikum students, welcome to our channel. Today, yes, we're going to start uh, our new video in which we will discuss the integration. Yes, in the last two videos we discussed about the differentiation in detail. Now we are going to discuss integration. Definitely in detail, try to cover the every part of the integration. So starting with the first question, 12x power 5 4. When they ask you to integrate, what you have to remember, look at carefully. First thing first, this is called operator. An operator tells you that which variable is going to be integrated. So here you can see x, therefore I will integrate only x. 12 is not going to be integrated at all. 12 will remain same as a constant. That's the first important thing that you must remember. Now, let's start. How do we integrate? For the integration, constant 12 will remain same. What we do, we add 1 in the power, first thing. Second thing, we divide by the same power. Third thing, we must add a constant c. These are the some basic rules that you must remember. Now, let's simplify. It's going to be 6 divided by 6 plus c. Yes. It's going to be 2x plus c. This is your final answer after integrating. Right? Okay, let's move on to the next question and we apply the rules of integration in this part. Again, you can see the operator tells you that you have to integrate only x, means 20 will remain same as a constant. So we write 20 first. Then we add 1 in the power and we divide by the same power. And don't forget to add the constant c. Okay. Simplify, it's going to be 20x power 4 divided by 4 plus c. Or my final answer will be 5x power 4 plus c. This is your final answer after integration. Okay, let's take on the next one. In the next part, yes, again we integrate x, not 3. 3 will remain same and we will add 1 in the power and divide by the same power, and yes, the constant c must be added. So as we simplify, it's going to be 3x power minus 1 divided by minus 1 plus c. Now 3 divided by minus 1 will give you minus 3. And remember, your power of x must be positive. That's why we bring it down and it's going to be 3 over x plus 3. This is your final answer after integration and after simplification. Okay, that's part D. As you can see, yes, slight problem. Before integration, your x should be in the numerator. As we do so, the power becomes negative. So, yes, follow the rules. Add 1 in the power and divide by the same power. And don't forget to add the constant t. Okay, so it's going to be 4x power minus 2 divided by minus 2 plus c. So it's going to be minus 2x power minus 2 plus c. Let's make the power positive. That's 4. We bring it down and it's going to be minus 2 upon x squared plus c. This is our final answer of integration. Okay, let's take the next part. Yes. First thing first, square root x means power half. Second thing, we bring this x in the numerator and power changes its sign. Now, as per the integration, we must add 1 in the power and divide by the same power and must add a constant c. So 2 over 3 x power half divided by half plus c. So 2 upon 3 multiplied by 2 upon 1 x power half. So my final answer is going to be 4 upon 3 square root x plus c. That's your final answer, the most simplified answer. Okay, let's take this one. Now here, if you observe closely, there are two x, one with power 1 and the other one with power half. Both x bases are same, multiply each other means power must be added. So it's going to be 1 plus half makes 3 upon 2. But before integration, it should be in the numerator. Let's bring it in the numerator. Sign must be changed. Okay, now integration, we must add 1 in the power and do the same thing in the denominator. So it's going to be 5x power minus 1 over 2, and this is minus 1 over 2 plus c. So 5 multiplied by minus 2 upon 1 x power minus half plus c. It's going to be minus 10, and we bring down this x and it becomes plus half plus c. Although your answer is completed, but it's better to write in the form of square root. That's going to be negative 10 square root x plus c. Okay, now we move on to the again the integration. Yes, with some complex questions. As you can see, we found two brackets and both are multiplying each other. Yes, very good. First thing first, we break the brackets. Yes, expand the brackets first. And we can integrate. So x square plus 4x plus x plus 4 and dx, or x square plus 5x plus 4 dx. Let's integrate each term individually. So x cube upon 3 plus 5x square upon 2 plus. Now question is, there is no x along with 4. How do I integrate? As you remember, anything with power 0 will be 1. That's why it is 4, not alone. It's x with power 0. But I need to integrate, that's why I add 1 in the power and do the same thing in the denominator. And remember, don't forget to add the constant here. So it's going to be 1 over 3x cubed plus 5 upon 2x square plus 4 plus c. That is my final answer. Okay, let's take on the next part. In the part B, in the part B, they said x minus 3 whole square. Now, in this case, we have two options to integrate. First option is we apply the bracket integration. Now, what bracket integration is? Bracket integration says you do not open the bracket, you do not touch the bracket, just add 1 in the power and do the same thing. But do not forget to multiply by the coefficient of x. Okay. And the most important thing when people integrate in this bracket, they always forget something. And what they you must multiply by the coefficient of x. If you look at this, the coefficient of x is 1. So you must multiply here by the coefficient of x. That's the key point that you must remember when you integrate brackets. Okay, Janab, let's simplify. So it's going to be x minus 3 power 3 upon 3 plus c. You can write in this form, that's also acceptable, but it's better if you write in this form. Okay, that's the final answer of integration. Yes, that's C. Don't forget to add C. So you can write in any form, both forms are acceptable. Okay. Now we have to do the C, D, E, and F parts. Let's go for the part C. The part C says 2 square root x minus 1 whole square. So in this case, we cannot use the bracket integration. Why? Because for this, your x must have power plus 1. But right now, there is no power on x. That is, the power is half, which is not 1. That's why we cannot use the bracket integration. Now, in this case, we have the only option is to expand the bracket and then we can integrate. Okay. So as we integrate, we use the identity, and what identity I'm using here, I will tell you in detail. We are using the identity a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. Hey, Janabari, this is your a and this is your b. Okay, expand we're using the formula minus 2ab b square. Remember, we didn't start integration, we just preparing for the different integration. It is going to be 4x minus 4 square root x plus 1 dx. Okay, let's integrate each term. 1 is going to be 4x power 2 upon 2 minus 4x power 3 upon 2, 3 upon 2 minus. So it's going to be 1. Yeah, 1 cannot be integrated. But as you know, 1, yes, we can write x power 0, which is equal to 1. Now I can integrate. When I integrate x power 0, it means it's going to be 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1, and don't forget to add the constant c. So minus 4, this becomes a reciprocal. Let's simplify. It's going to be 2x squared minus 8 upon 3. It's 3 upon. That's the integration of the part C. Okay. Let's take the next part, and the next part is D. It says x cubed. We go for the part D, and the part D says okay, let's take on the part D. Yes, we are doing part D. So it says cube root x. Part D. This is cube root x squared plus 1. So let's expand the bracket. But before the expansion, we must remember this is x to the power 1 upon 3. As we multiply, the two bases are same, therefore the powers must be added 1 upon 3 plus 2. That makes 7 upon 3. So we multiply by this, it's going to be 1 upon 3. This is what we have that we integrate here. Yes. X power 7 upon 3 plus 1. And don't forget to divide by the same number. So it's going to be x power 1 upon 3 plus 1, and do the same thing in the denominator, 1 upon 3 plus 1. And yes, don't forget the constant. That must be added every time. It's going to be x to the power 10 upon 3 over 10 over 3 plus x power 4 upon 3, and this is 4 upon 3 plus c. The final position is 3 upon 10 x power 10 upon 3. Yes, we add the power here. Why not? Now it becomes x power 4 upon 3. Yes, very good. So this is my final answer after integration and Yes, please note it carefully. Don't make mistake. Okay, let's move. Okay, inshallah, we will discuss in the next class, the next part of the integration from application. Right. Thank you very much. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.